Hello and welcome to the Good Place Bench here during Cities in Placemaking at Amare in The Hague, initiated and hosted by Placemaking Europe. And today we're interviewing mayors. Normally I sit on a bench talking to citizens. So I'm delighted and honored, both honored to talk to mayors and deputy mayors of various cities in Europe. Because over the past 2 years, they've been working hard on this agenda that's going to be signed today about making placemaking more, part of the policy almost. Before I do a spoiler alert, I'll give you the space to quickly introduce yourself and tell us a bit more who you are and which city you're from.
My name is Robert van Asten. I'm the deputy mayor here in the city of The Hague. Perhaps you can see it, the white building behind me is the city hall, and we're now currently in Amare, which we're very proud of. I live in The Hague for almost 20 years now, and my family originates from here, so it's great to work in the city where I grew up in. And as a deputy mayor, I'm also responsible for urban development. We have some new areas in The Hague where we are building new neighborhoods. And of course, placemaking is one of the things which we have to do to make sure that good development of those new neighborhoods directly leads to good neighborhoods.
Myself, I'm your fellow citizen, but only since 4 years. So for me, it's also a city that I'm discovering, and there's a lot of happening. There's a lot of changing. How are the citizens embracing placemaking in The Hague?
I think they really love it. I think they don't recognize it as we would say, well, what you're doing now or what you're seeing now, that's what we call placemaking. Yeah. But they just enjoy that in the summertime in one of the big parks of The Hague, Zuiderpark, around the open air theater. Kids can go there all day to play, to learn, to be entertained, and the parents as well. That's placemaking as well. It makes the city more livable for every age. Mm-hmm. So although they might not recognize it, they see that it's growing. There's more activities on the squares, in the parks, around the beaches, which brings the people more together.
Mm-hmm. And what have been the biggest challenges for The Hague today and in future regarding that topic?
Regarding that topic, that's good that you mentioned that, because there's a lot of, well, actually it all connects, of course, because we think that in around 2040 we have 100,000 more citizens here in The Hague, although the space of the city limits are not growing, so it becomes more dense, more high rises. And of course, we have things like climate change as well. So the city will become hotter. So we have to see what are we going to do to, on one hand, make sure that the squares, the streets are more livable, so that people can be outdoors and not affected by the heat in the summertime or the extreme weather conditions around rain, etc. And at the same time, people living in those high rises, to give them also a sense of community, because otherwise you step in the elevator on the ground floor, you go to your own apartment, be there in your apartment. Yeah. Next day you go to work or go to school, but not directly meet your neighbor. So we should do something about that. So that's why we're working with placemaking.
How I experience The Hague as well is, but it's also a very diverse city. There's so many nationalities also living mostly in particular neighborhoods. What's placemaking helping to bring more like communities together, as in social cohesion?
I think one of the things we have to do is make sure that the celebrations from each nationality or each group should be known by other people. That you know that, well, there's the Holy Festival, you can go to it because it's a lot of fun, because people eat and we work with colors and it's nice to look at, and there's music. So enjoy, just go there for the afternoon. If you know that it's actually happening and you go see it once, well, you see it's very welcoming, and it's not something strange or something foreign. So it's something really of the city of The Hague. And if we try to connect those things by all festivities, etc., then I think we can connect people more and make that diversity of the city something of the whole city, not of some neighborhoods and there's diversity, and in the other neighborhoods there's just your plain The Hague people.
The Hague people. And Robert, if I may ask you, as say non-mayor, as a citizen of The Hague, what is something that you really appreciate of The Hague when it comes to public space, and what do you appreciate most on living in The Hague?
I think there's actually three things, because I thought of this question at forehand. There's the nature. I live very close by the dunes, and I really love going there because if you work all day in the city, it's busy, it's crowded, it's full of people. Then it's great to be for a walk in the dunes and next to the sea, or to go on running. One of the things there is the Celestial Vault by James Turrell, big art in the dunes. Actually, you can lay there on a stone and watch the sky, and it's really quiet. It's really nice. So that's something special. That's around nature. A place like this is great because this is a theater building with some concert halls and etc. But you can go there all day, and there's always something to do. Whether it's a concert at noon or the Chinese community dancing or doing their Tai Chi thing. I never participated, but I really love it when I walk past it when I go to my work at City Hall, and you see that. So that's nice. And the third thing is it's called De Verademing. It's a place where you can play soccer, ride a horse. There's in the summertime. You can go camping there for a week. It's where all kind of people are playing with their children. There are boot camp classes. Everything is happening there, and it's really something of the neighborhood, and that's really a great place because it's always full of life. So that are three places that I really love best in public space in The Hague.
Nice. And of course, to finish off this conversation, we're on a good place bench because we talk about a good place. How would you define a good place? And you may also relate it to The Hague.
I think a good place is where, well, first of all, you have to have the feeling that it's safe, and that it is a place also for you, so that you feel welcome there. But it's also a place where you can see where other people enjoy themselves. So I don't have children of myself, but I really love seeing families with their kids playing and etc. So that gives a nice sense of community there. And with all people enjoying themselves, it's great to be part of that, because even though you're not speaking to them or not talking to them, still you have the feeling that at that moment you're all enjoying the same place, and that's a good place.
Yeah. That's a nice lookout for any city, I think, right? To when they talk about their own cities, whatever perks, you see that life happening as in a movie just in front of you. I think thanks for hosting Cities in Placemaking here in The Hague. Wishing you an amazing couple of hours talking and signing the agenda. And I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you for this conversation.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And maybe we'll meet sometime in the dunes. We meet again. Thanks so much.
Thank
Robert,
you.
thank you. Bye-bye.